The first 3 minutes and 47 seconds of this video is missing the original audio, so on-screen text and narration will be provided. Begin with sketching a cluster of large ovals and circles in the top 2/3 of the page. Feel free to allow them to overlap and have the ovals face upwards and outwards like they would in a bouquet. Fast forward to 103 to see my composition. After you've completed drawing the large ovals and circles, draw a small shape within the center of each one that matches the corresponding large shape.
Actually, for this painting, I might just use the small brush the whole time, since I drew these smaller than I had in the original. Oops, move that there. Okay, anyone need more time for the drawing portion? Okay, I think I'm ready to. I'm gonna lighten this so it doesn't show too much. Rubbing it with that kneaded eraser. And we can go ahead and start painting this in. So, like I mentioned, I'm gonna just use the smaller brush here. It's a good size for those petals. And feel free to use whatever color you like for this. There are a lot of options for these daisies here. But as always, you can really make it whatever color you want. If you want to do blue, that's awesome. I will go ahead and follow the picture. So this top one here is a very, very bright orange. I'd go with this color. This one's right next to that yellow orange. Yeah, I think we might just use that the whole time, since I drew these so small. And I'd say for today, the water doesn't need to be, with your color, doesn't need to be that watery. I actually want these to dry faster, but it's up to you how much you want the colors to flow between each petal or each flower. And this bit is, I think, pretty straightforward. What we're gonna do is from the outer edge, pull down into the center. And you can round this out if it's pointy from your brush afterwards. Let me zoom in so you can see that better.
Hello.
You can make that maybe a bit thicker if you want, but we'll just keep...
I'm an active, so... Alright.
Keep painting these from the
Yep,
outside
okay, thank you.
in, or you can do the opposite direction. It can be inside out. And I find that it's helpful to rotate the paper as I go, so I don't have to twist my wrist in odd and uncomfortable angles. And feel free to let these overlap a little bit. They don't have to be spaced out like this. You can overlap more. Maybe I'll even allow some parts to be lighter and have more water. Oops, I just made a splash. Try to keep the original up for reference. I have overlapped the little circle I drew in the middle, and that's alright because we're going to cover it with black, but I do want to make sure I can still see it. But if it does disappear, that's fine too. I think you can kind of estimate where to put that little circle later. And we'll just color these in one at a time, so I'll just keep going and do the others different colors. And if they're touching, like the top, for example, my top flower might be touching the center one, then the colors will blend into each other, which I think is kind of nice. Try this one. I'm hoping with what we're doing today we can paint in layers. So this is our first layer of petals. Once it's dry we can add the next one to make the flower look more full. Because once it's dry we can put petals on top of each other without them totally blending into each other. I'm going to try something maybe a bit different where I'm going to paint more loosely. I'm gonna make the petals on this one a bit more curved. Give it some variety. Okay, this next one's gonna be pink. Or I'll do orange yellow. I've got this orange yellow one blending in with the magenta one, which I kind of like. That's because that magenta flower was still wet when I started this yellowish one. And for this pink one on the right, I'm gonna try mixing white with red. I like using the white for a creamy color. It looks more pastel. It's not the same as just using a color with a lot of water. It does mute the color a bit, so it's more dull or more soft whenever you add white. Oh. And this light yellow one I'm doing right now also has lots of white. Everyone's so focused. If you have one of your first flowers already dried and you want to add more layers of petals, one thing I'm doing is I'm adding a lighter layer right on top to give this look where it's more full.
I know,
And
I do love the way she did it.
this, because I made the first one not very full, there's a lot of gaps between petals. This is a nice opportunity to do that. It does add a little bit of texture to have these layers because it's a semi-transparent, it looks like there's a lot more maybe line work on there when there really isn't. But that overlapping effect can look really nice. That's a lighter layer right there. But I had to wait for that to dry first in order for them to not blend. So sometimes it helps to be doing so many because as you're working on some, the previous ones will be drying. So I'll pause here and then some of our next steps will be these really tiny petals that are on top. Hello.
Hello. Watercolor class.
Yes, it's fun.
My next layer didn't do very good. I think I did too dark to begin with.
I love the texture.
I mean, like yours, this color doesn't
We answered a demonstration.
my ones that had too much water that washed out.
This one I did too dark, and so then I put more on it, it doesn't show.
So if you've got any flowers that are now dry, you can tell when it's not shiny anymore on the surface. I can tell from touching mine it's still actually a bit damp even though it looks dry to the eye. But I think I can work with it without it blending. So whenever you're done with your first layer and you have at least one flower that's dry, you can go ahead and start to add these little petals that are on top. And I would recommend making it darker just so you have enough contrast between the larger petals in the back and the ones in the front, little ones in the front. Usually what I did with my sample is that I used a darker version of whatever I had done with the larger petals. Maybe the color next to it on the color wheel. So this orange flower I used a bit of red for these tiny petals. This pink one I had used a little bit of brown to give it a brown tint. So you can try mixing different colors. The key is just to make sure it's darker when you get to that layer. I'll be demonstrating that part for the next couple of minutes, so you can look up whenever you're ready. I'll start with my orange one. Maybe I'll do orange and brown, because brown is just a dark orange. That's what it actually is.
Take your creativity to the next level on Mac and iPad.
Yep,
with
I'm listening to YouTube,
Get Apple's best creative apps.
and I don't have a subscription.
Design and productivity, all in one low-price subscription with your first month free. Visit apple.co/creator studio to learn more.
Let me try to skip it.
Booking.com has stays for absolutely anyone. Imagine you're a musical.
Hold on. Maybe we can do this one. Okay.
This looks like fireworks going off in the sky. I love the colors together. That's great.
Hey. I'll do magenta. The center is just like, imagine you're doing a tiny version of what we just did, but in the middle. That's what it is. Oh, and I would also recommend using the same color for the small petals as a little bit of line work. So this can be used to distinguish different petals or paint the folds in some of them. It adds a bit of texture. Maybe I can even put some petals behind the ones I did earlier with a darker color, if my petals are light colored. Maybe something like that. What I'm doing is creating contrast to make certain parts stand out more. So dark against light, or light against dark. doing all right? No? Can I help in any way? I like these.
I'm doing the vase. So, wanted to do one here, but I didn't know what color to do.
I guess in the picture it's red, but you can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Wow.
I like your purple.
This one,
What do you mean?
this one is too much water.
Yeah, I know, that was sort
Green
of,
leaves. Something in
I
here.
don't know what to do now.
It looks like you sketched a flower here
Yeah,
and
yeah,
here.
yeah.
And then behind it, it could just be green.
So deep. I think that's gonna overdo it, 2 flowers.
Oh. No, I would recommend for contrast, maybe you do a yellow
Yellow
one here.
one, yeah, right.
Yeah, so it
And
stands
then
out.
yellow. Oh,
Yeah. Very nice. Beautiful work, ladies. Have any of you ever heard of painting or art retreats where you travel to another country and maybe spend a week just painting? And have you considered or gone to one?
I've never done one, no.
They seem like a lot of fun.
I think Susan Shaw has.
Yeah, she's done a couple of them.
Oh.
I think she's going to one soon. Spring.
August or something. So-
Yeah, sometime this summer.
The Friday watercolor group that I've gone to, not so much lately, but they're going to Montalvo tomorrow.
What's happening at Montalvo? I'm eavesdropping, but
Oh, no, there's a watercolor, plein air watercolor group that just, they go lots of outdoor places, and this tomorrow, it's from 10 to 1:30, drop in whenever you want, bring all your own supplies, bring your own chair,
oh,
and it'll be it.
that sounds fun. I've been thinking about doing something like that. I really like plein air
San Jose
painting.
Watercolor group goes to the Rose Garden
Oh,
in San Jose.
is that the municipal rose garden?
Yeah. And
That
they
one's
have
nice.
I think that there is a fee.
Mm.
It supposedly includes instruction. I went one Sunday to see what they were doing, but nobody was there.
Oh. Huh.
So, I'm sure when the roses are out, they'll be there.
Yeah.
Last weekend, this group went to a private home in Willow Glen, and
That was quite a garden.
that was quite a
Pictures
garden,
you showed
lots
me.
of bulbs that they planted.
Hmm.
It was a beautiful garden.
What garden is that one? In
Oh,
Willow
it was
Glen?
a private home.
Oh, you're right. Okay, that's what you mentioned. Darn. Can't just
Two
break
gay
in.
guys that are very fastidious about everything about their house and garden. It's quite beautiful.
Oh.
Two retired gay guys.
Oh. Has anyone ever been to, I think it's pronounced Filomia? Filomia? Like Fioli?
Fioli.
Oh, that's what I that was slowly off. Have you ever been? Fioli?
Filoli.
Fioli?
Yes, Filoli. I volunteered there for 25 years, but I
Whoa.
haven't been there for the last, I don't know, since probably 17 or something.
What did you do as a volunteer?
Well, when I was still working, I volunteered on the hospitality committee because that was something you could do on the weekends in summer. And then, oh, I like what you just did just now. Then,
Thank you.
then I took their floral design class, and so we made flower arrangements when they had big events.
Oh,
And
cool.
then I took their docent training, but I never really did too much on that. Anyway, my husband did
Very cool.
nature ed. It was a 12-week class that you took, and then they took children and adults, lots of field trips, kids, whether they were kindergartners or high school or something. School, I don't know if they even still do that anymore, but anyway, they would take them on. Filoli is a historic house that's on 18 acres of, gardens that are perfect, But they own 350 acres, so there's hike trails up in the hills too.
Oh,
They
wow.
can do hiking, so. they
That's
did the
nice.
trail.
I've only seen pictures. I haven't been yet, but it looks really pretty.
But it's changed, the management changed a lot, so I don't know if they even have any volunteers anymore. There were, at the time we were there, were 1,200 volunteers.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
And
Wow.
then there was, there were paid gardeners and, leadership, but I think maybe they have a new executive director that came in, 16 or 17, and she had a different vision. So I don't know if they didn't have any volunteers. It was fun, we had a good time.
Just adding lines. Whoops.
I
That's
like
pretty
the way
good.
you did all those little extra lines. Ooh,
Yeah, it's a nice little detail.
I don't know how to.
Just a darker color.
Huh. It really does improve it.
Yeah, the key I would say to a good composition is to have contrast in not only just how dark or light it is, but also in shape, like how large your shapes are or how fine your details are. So here I've got a contrast of thick petals with really fine lines on top. And then there's contrast in color too. So there's variety there. A bit of push and pull. And I think the center part is pretty self-explanatory. It's yet another darker color right in the middle. Some of them aren't necessarily darker. Some of them have a yellow-green in the center. That looks nice too. But with the colors I used, I won't get much contrast with that, even though that would be realistic. So if I were to do the yellow-green color, I would maybe make it a bit darker on the lighter ones, lighter flowers. Let me try one. So yellow plus a bit of the light green, I think. This makes a lime green. Oh, that works. Kinda works.
Yeah, so you're not using the black in the middle.
Yeah, I'm looking at the photograph and trying out what I see there.
Oh.
And it's got kind of a yellow-green center. And I'm thinking as long as it's dark enough, it looks fine. But even with it being pretty light and similar to the flower, it looks nice too. There's enough contrast in color. The more green I make it, the more it will pop out against the pinks and maybe, even the yellow too. I'm always looking for contrast in certain places to make sure things stand out the way I want them to. That's not bad. And then for some of these darker flowers, I'll probably use brown or black for the center. Yeah. Do little dots. That needs to be black, it's too light. Oh, too dark. Aboard. Let's add a little texture here.
Ooh, what are you doing now?
So I just added, let me zoom in so you can see
Oh,
that
I
better.
like what you just did.
I added little tiny curves here because that's what it looks like is on that flower. Like extremely small petals. This is on top of the layer where I had painted the little ones, and now I'm using brown on top of this dark orange. That looks kind of nice. Even more contrast now. And I kind of did it on this pink one here too, but it overlapped a lot, so it looks more of like blobs. But that one is, the petals are more distinct. Lots of little curves. I'll try it on this one too. Oop, that's too light. Ew. That might be too dark. In a couple minutes it would be a good time to start adding the stems if you haven't already started on that. We've got some
Are you gonna
time.
use the big brush for that or the little one?
I think I'm gonna stick to the small one because the stems are still kind of thin for the size that I painted. Hello.
I was looking for Pat Wright.
Oh, she's not here today.
Okay, thank you.
Uh-huh.
I'm still
Hello.
Must be Thursday.
It's Thursday. I'm coming to see the beauty that you guys. Oh my gosh! Wow.
Ooh, stay in that row.
Can I open anyway?
Nope, I'm gonna take off. I
Okay.
want to.
I'm just playing, but it's.
I love the colors. Wow.
You got the
Springtime is
contrast
here.
Beginning.
I tried to do contrast too, but.
Got the
That-
old
that-
color.
Yeah, this one and this one.
Hi there.
That one sort of.
Complete conflict. Oh.
Hey,
The
you know,
box is a
but isn't
different
it
flower.
fun? Isn't it?
It's still really pretty.
I know, but
Nice
it's.
red.
Well, it's orange red.
Oh.
I use this color.
I like that color. It's because orange is there's a certain season for orange, but the red orange I really love that.
It's very fiery.
Yeah.
Yeah, so. No, but. You know. I'm gonna take a wash up.
yeah.
because
Do you ever keep some of the
lunchtime,
stuff that
they
you,
close
do you
at
put it
It's
in your
getting there,
room,
yeah.
the art that you
Yeah.
do?
I
good.
take it home.
You take it home?
Okay.
Yeah.
You need to take
Yeah.
You
pictures
hang
or
it up?
no?
Yeah,
I'm gonna leave my camera up
put it in
there, so.
storage for the rest of my artwork.
Okay, no problem, I just asked.
Did you do art before?
Yeah.
Your stems.
Yeah, I know.
Probably not.
I'm just still using it to record, so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I would take
Watercolor
it.
is always
Oh, okay.
You
challenging.
can bring it back next
Yes,
time
it
too.
is.
It goes all over the place, it has a mind
What,
of its own.
picture?
Yeah, if
Seeps
you're
over
willing.
that way and
And I
it
can
blends
also-
with that, and it's like,
Yours looks great. Sometimes come up and like
No,
you said.
see, that's kind of wet, and I kind of pushed.
Oh yeah, do whatever you like. And maybe I need another camera.
Yeah, it's just, it's fun to do, so I enjoy the art class.
Yeah.
right?
it's like, yeah, right.
That's gonna take a while, quietly, because they don't know this room yet.
Oh.
Some of the caretakers do not know this room.
Oh.
That's
The secret room.
That's the correct. No, I didn't know this room was existing.
They need like have you read or watched Harry Potter where they have the Marauders map and they can see wherever anyone is? They need something like that. Yeah, for Sherry.
Because Sherry's all over the place.
Okay, I'm gonna get started on the stems and leaves here. Maybe just stems today. Or stems and one leaf. That one's pretty straightforward. I'm gonna take one of my existing oranges and then add green to it to make it a warm green. Any warm color with the green will make it warmer. So yellow, orange. Each one will be slightly different, but overall it'll be warmer. So right now I'm using this peachy orange with the dark green.
Bye, Sherry.
See you later, Sherry.
Yeah.
Have a good lunch.
Yeah.
Okay, there's my warm green. I'm just gonna paint a few lines going down towards one point so they look like they're sprouting, or they are one bouquet. So there's one.
That's not very good.
Oops. Maybe I'll do one leaf because I have some space on my bottom left. I think I'll do this one that I did before. It's a nice shape. Using the same green. I'll paint the outline and just fill it in. There's one curve there. And then 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 And another wavy curve there. And then I'll just color that in. Maybe I'll add more green to that. Give it some lines. That looks too green to me. I'm gonna make it more purple.
Oh, I really screwed it up.
Since we've been painting together for so long, I'm doing less instruction, more just we're painting together.
It works.
Yeah.
Well, my screen is so big.
And some people who might be newer or drop in more recently, I will do more explaining. But I think everyone here has been painting with us for at least a couple of months now, some over a year. Like Hay and Lorraine.
I screwed up on the stem and then I tried to make it more yellow and it made it, yeah.
I like it.
Okay, I think I'll leave mine up here like this for now.